It is Halloween. What better than for me to spend the night in a haunted, abandoned house? As you can see here, this is a log house. It was built sometime in the mid 1800s, we think. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of information on this house, although I am trying to dig some of it up. As you can see, the logs here are hand hewn, and you can still see the marks from the axes. My dad spent about the first 6 years of his life in this house before they built a house closer to the road, a much nicer house, a full basement house that I actually live in today. And they moved out mysteriously around 1960 and started building that house by the road, and nobody knows really why, but rumor has it that this place is haunted. There are a lot of stories that were told as a kid, but every time I asked my grandparents or asked my dad about it, I got shut down cold. Luckily, due to this lap siding, the logs have actually been preserved quite well, and there is actually talk between me and my dad of hopefully at some point here restoring this cabin. It will probably mean disassembling it, numbering the logs, replacing the ones that are rotten, and so on and so forth. But it is something that we've talked about and I would like to do very soon, because the siding is coming off and unfortunately some of the logs are now exposed to the weather. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so this is the only room that's probably suitable for us to be in. This is, or was, the living room. I could see it now in the comments. That house ain't structurally sound. That could collapse and kill you. Lols. This house is not going to fall down tonight. This is a log house, and the thing about log houses is they don't just fall over. They don't typically just fall down. Logs, the way they connect together, they pull and push on each other. So they're really locked in place. This house has been here since the mid 1800s. It's been here for over 150 years. What are the odds that it's going to fall down tonight? It could happen. Hey, it could happen, but probably not. We're going to be just fine. One of the things that has saved this house is the roof is in very good shape. The roof and the rafters are very, very good. None of them boards are rotten. This roof is not leaking. This roof has not leaked for ever. And so, as you can see, it's a pretty solid roof, and it has protected these logs. Anyhow, there used to be a ceiling over this room, and as you can see, it fell in. This is a fairly small cabin. The original cabin was only 20 by 20, and they added a kitchen on over here, which the kitchen is, there's not much left of it. But this other room here was the bedroom. I'm not going to go in here because the chimney fell and smashed the floor, and so I just don't feel like climbing around in this room because the floor has been pulled down away from the walls. But again, the logs on the outside are sitting firmly on their foundation. I'm not concerned that this house is just going to fall down. Standing here from this angle, we actually found some pictures in an old family photo album, and I'm thinking it was a Christmas dinner. After they moved out, my grandpa used this as a barn. As you can see, there's still hay up above in the upstairs, and that's actually what caused the floor to collapse above this room. This house has been occupied for many years. I don't know about any ghosts, but it's been occupied by generations of buzzards, and they live up in this loft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hoist this tripod up above my head, and we're going to look into the loft and see if we're alone. In keeping with the Halloween spirit, pun intended, today's step 2 is called Ghost Walker. It's by Brewdog. Ugh. That is terrible. So here's the plan. This is the room I'm going to be staying in. I'm not going to be venturing into any of the other rooms. This is the room I'm going to worry about. I'm going to try to get it cleaned up. I'm going to try to make a bed area where I can sleep tonight. And it's going to be cold tonight. I'm going to try out my sleeping bag. It's supposed to be good down to 0 degrees. I take it means 0 Celsius. So that would be freezing. I'm supposed to get down to 37 tonight. So we'll try that out. Now, as you can see behind me, up in that loft, there is a bed frame. And it actually looks like it might just maybe still work. I'm going to attempt to get it down without hurting myself. And I'm going to see if I can actually use that tonight to sleep on. If not, then I've got another plan. I got it down. Let's see if it works. Oh, there must be a trick to it. Okay, here it goes. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That's gonna work. Now, are these old rusty springs gonna hold a 290-pound man? I guess we'll find out. I think my mattress will fit on here. I have my mattress from the camper that I use in the van. I'm going to put it on here, level it up a little bit, and we might have a comfortable place to sleep. Just look at that. That was meant to be. Now, this always scares me. This is always terrifying to see if things will hold my weight. This bed frame hasn't been slept on in 71 years at least. Nobody has spent the night in this house in 71 years at least. Let's see what happens. I don't have much faith in these old springs. Oh, they're gonna hold me just fine. I'm bottoming out on something, but that's a good thing. Ooh, this is cozy. This is like a hammock almost. It kind of swoops down. This is perfect. All right. Shelter is made. Bed is made. We're just cruising here. Well, so far I've seen no signs of any spooks or anything like that. The place actually has a pretty cozy, comfortable vibe to it on the inside. I don't I don't think I have anything to worry about. I'm agnostic when it comes to ghosts. I do believe in an afterlife, so therefore I do believe that we have a soul, so therefore I have to believe in a ghost, but I don't necessarily believe that there are ghosts of people wandering the earth. But there are some very unexplained things, so I'm open-minded. Oh yeah. My aunt gave me this banjo. It's only got 3 strings on it right now. I could replace the strings. So, the reason why I brought the banjo out here is my grandma used to tell me a story when I was a kid that this house used to have a porch. And she said that back in this is the story she told me, and this was even before they bought the property, but this is the story that the previous owners of the land that they bought it from told them. She said they used to sit out here and pick banjos, guitars, whatever they had, mandolins probably, it's hard to say, dulcimers, but I mean we're talking late 1800s, early 1900s. But she said they used to, that's what they did every weekend. And the neighbors would come over and whatnot. But she said there was, supposedly, this is what she said there was a boot mark in the floor of the porch from them tapping their feet. Now, how cool is that? I'm the first one, I'm almost positive, I'm the first person to play music in this very spot in probably 100 years. All right, well the sun is setting and it's temperature's dropping like a rock. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't want a flame, a spark, an ember, or anything anywhere close to that old house for obvious reasons. So no fire tonight, but what I'm gonna do is cook my supper right out of the back of this van. Here's my plan. These boards that I got for the cabin should hold my stove. I tried really hard to come up with a good Halloween themed meal, and the only thing I could come up with, it's kind of punny, but goulash. So we're gonna make some goulash here. Now, this is the cheater goulash. I had some chili. I'm running out of room in the freezer, so I need to use up this chili. So what I'm gonna do is heat this chili up to boiling, and then just add some macaroni noodles to it, and until it thickens up into a goulash. Because that is basically what goulash is, right? It's basically like noodles with like a chili tomatoey sauce on them. And the meat's already in the chili, so. And I do have a little bit of this tomato sauce that I need to use up, so let's see what happens. I have no clue how much of this to add. I don't want to add too much. It swells up so much. And through the miracle of time, as the barbecue pit boys would say, we have a beautiful looking goulash. Tastes like chili. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna make it a step better. I'm gonna add some cheese. Because who doesn't like a little cheese? Well, I mean a lot of cheese. Who doesn't like cheese in everything? Cheese makes everything better. Oh yeah. So warming. Oh man, this warm goulash. Good old cheesy comfort food on a cold night. I don't even feel cold right now. This is great. Man, it's really cozy in here. I mean, it'd be super cozy if it had windows and doors. Like, I can't believe how comfortable it is in here. Like, I feel like I'm adequately sheltered. Wind picked up a little bit, and it acts like it's might be going to rain, so it's a good thing. I've got a good roof over my head. This was a good idea. Hits the spot. I brought me some cottage cheese for a side dish. I didn't really need to bring it. This is going to be more than I can probably eat as it is. But one of the things that when I'm out like this is I do try to eat all my food. At least all my food that's prepared. That way I don't get varmints in my campsite. Well, that was some mighty good goulash. But I'm stuffed. So I'm gonna put some things away. It sounds like a storm's blowing up, so I'm going to button up, close up my van, and get everything put away so nothing gets wet. That was really good. Ugh. Cottage cheese. I hit the spot. Did I put my cottage cheese away? I don't remember putting the cottage cheese away. I don't remember putting that away. That's weird. What in the world was that? That's probably the house just settling. This is an old house. Well, I'm going to finish the night off with a step 2. And probably listen to a podcast. Call it a night. There ain't really much to do. Okay, I might believe this place might be a little spooky. Strange things are afoot in the old house tonight. I keep seeing these orbs floating through the air, like tons of them, all over. They're kind of like... It's really, really weird. And I just get this feeling that I'm being watched. It's like something's looking at me. I don't see anything watching me. Well, I think I'm going to make an attempt to turn in for the evening. Well, I will see you all in the morning. Oh man, I'm so tired. That was not the greatest sleep. I learned that my sleeping bag, I'm gonna have to get a better sleeping bag, so I'm probably gonna drop some money on a really decent Arctic sleeping bag. I guess I did learn something on this trip. I learned what my sleeping bag can handle and what I need to bring for future campouts in this kind of cold. I made it though. I wore my long johns and stuff, so I was prepared for a cold night. 37 isn't that bad if you have the right gear on. I'm gonna get this stuff, throw this stuff in the van and get out of here because I have somewhere to be, so no coffee today. Stick around afterwards and we'll talk about the future of In the Bush videos and the direction I want to go with things. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time in the bush. See you later. Thanks for the cottage cheese. One of the things I wanted to talk about real quick was I know this was kind of silly. I know this was kind of goofy and silly, and there really wasn't much education going on. It wasn't a very educational outing. I didn't learn too much other than what my sleeping bag can handle, and you, as the viewer, didn't learn too much either. Some of the trips in the bush are going to be just kind of like, they're just going to be silly, and some of them are going to be for pure pleasure. There just won't be any learning. But one of the things I'm going to try to do for my own good and for you, the viewers, is I am going to try to start incorporating some sort of an educational element into each one. Even if it's just like a small bushcrafty tool or little item that you can make around the campsite, or a way to make things easier. I do this in most of my videos, but I know some of my videos as of recently have gotten pretty silly, and I want to kind of rein it in and get back to the and I can tell you from editing, the ones that I enjoy the most are the bushcraft videos, the ones where I'm out in the woods or by the old pond or whatever, and I'm using my saw, using my axe, lashing things together. And but tell me in the comments what you like to see. Do you like the camping videos where I go to a campground? Do you like the videos in the camper? I mean, what or do you like weird things like this old house? What is it that you like to see? What do you want to see me do more of? But I also have to keep in mind I'm doing this for me, not you. Unfortunately, I don't have thousands upon thousands of viewers, so I have a very small niche of people that watch these videos, and so this is really for me, and the videos are me documenting my experiences. But I am happy to share them with people, and I'm glad that I have people come up to me in public now, and they're like, "Dude, I watch every video. I love it." You know, and right now, as the filming of this takes place, I might only have 100 views on a video, but I've got people coming up to me saying, "Man, I love that video. That was awesome." And so that makes it totally worthwhile. If I'm as a musician, if I'm playing a show and there's 100 people there, that's a pretty good crowd, you know, depending on what the show is and what the circumstances are. So if I get 100 views on a video, preferably 100 views all the way through, but if I get 100 views on a video, I'm happy. I'd much rather have 500,000 views, but we're working on it. So another thing I wanted to touch base on real quick is the fact that this Halloween special is coming out not on Halloween. I am way behind on uploading my In the Bush series. At the rate I'm going, as of right now, November 1st, it's going to take me until mid-December to be caught up with what videos I already have on film and ready to edit. So, and that's releasing one every 2 days. So, every 2 to 3 days right now I'm trying to release till I get caught up. Then they'll just be when I can get out. They might be once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every month. It's hard to say. Anyway, I'm gonna hightail it out of here. I got somewhere to be. So, thanks for tuning in.